Hello, everyone. Corrie here, coming in to do our weekly energy update. And this one is for the week of February the 14th. This is on Valentine's Day. I am recording this on Valentine's Day as I'm moving my little lighter. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day, and it is, of course, following through until yesterday as well, and all of the energy. And I thought I'd get this recorded yesterday, and it didn't happen. So if you celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. Today is I woke up this morning, of course, I feel energy. So I connect to energy. I exist in the energy. I can feel the weather, feel everything. And this morning, I'm like, the sun was shiny. It was beautiful outside. It had all this beauty. And then I'm like, but the morning became so chaotic. And it was a weird chaotic feeling. I'm like, nothing should be chaotic. Everything looks like it's in place, yet everything feels chaotic. So there is a shift that is transpiring right now. And I just feel like it's like that, song, I Want to Break Free. It's like, it's that song. Like, I just feel like it's like the essence of wanting, like something is trying to shake loose to be set free. And I feel like that's the energy we're in. So you may be experiencing that need, that desire to break out. Like you've been cocooned, you may have been in your hibernation, and the sun may be shining. You feel the need that I want to get out. I want to be free. I don't want to be trapped anymore. I don't want to be stuck anymore. And it's just like this sense of enthusiasm is following suit along with this chaotic energy. So there is a smorgasbord of energy. We do have a new moon that will be happening on the 19th, coming up February the 19th, and that's going to bring about another big shift. The full moon was in Leo. Sorry, I just had to pause. Didn't edit. I don't edit my videos. They do come as they come because I don't want to mess with it. But we do have this fussle of energy, and I just feel like it is this breakout. I'm trying to track back to where I was. And so I'm just in this, how do I put this? How do they want to put this? Want to break free. So wanting to really, truly break free. So this week and the energy, and I was with this myself this morning, like, I just want to leave behind all of the human aspect of my work. And I only want to work with the angels. I only want to work with the divine. I don't want to work anywhere else. I don't want to. And I know that's not a real truth, that I still want to do what I do. But it was just this, like, it's almost like tearing these pieces apart and not in a destructive way, but in a freedom. So this week is about freedom. And it's also about really, truly questioning. So there's a lot of things that are happening out there right now. And there's a lot of things that are out there that are like, it's like almost like we're being thrown all these things to distract us and for us to look another way. But there's a circus show that's happening. And the circus show is just getting bigger and bigger. And it's just drawing attention, and nobody is noticing. It's like the same thing as when, why is there elephants traveling on a road and stuck in these little cages and joining tails to tails, and then somebody's whipping them and they're barely being fed and they're not able to run free. Why is that so? Why do we think that's so great and so humorous, just so that we can have it? Well, it's the same thing of, wouldn't they be so much better off in a nature park where they can be free and run and keep them safe, but also know that they can't be set out in the wild? Like, if not, like how do we find amusement? So I feel like it's like the whole world right now, and what my energy and all of this is reading through is this sense of, it's like the world has this big circus under its circus tent, and there's like this big circus acts that are happening, and we're being hypnotized, like this magnetic energy that's just drawing you in. But it's like, if you just close your eyes, you just reset your eyes. So if you just like hold your eyes and you just reset them and start over again, it's like you may see things differently. You may be able to see that some of this is an act and that it's not really real. It's just like watching somebody in a movie and you believe them to be themselves. Like, you look at stars and you see stars and you see, celebrities, and you see them out in movies and you see them acting and you believe that's who they are. And it's like, oh, I adore them. I just wish I could be more like them. Or you see them like showing up and performing, even in Instagram. It's like, oh my God, I just love them. I wish I could be more like them. That is not even them. It's not them. And there's so many things that are really not real truths. And so the sense of how the world has really truly been captivated by that I call it the imposter light. And here's the Jezebel again, back in again. And so there's this confusion and this mixture of energy that's just everywhere, but coming through it is a new truth, a new dawn, a new day, new energy. I'm like, these are all lyrics and songs, and I'm like, but it's such truth. It's like there is this new energy, and I just feel like the eyes and being able to see, and really being able to see more clearly, to be focused on, questioning. And so there is some serious questioning, really questioning things, questioning motives, questioning behaviors, questioning those things. And we just had discussion with a friend of mine about how hypnotic it is that if a star can, walk out and perform, and bless their hearts for what they do, but to be able to pick up one little makeup compact, pat their nose, and then that product sells off the shelf. Just like that. Like, just like that, that everybody has to have it and everybody wants it. But why? But why? What is that? What is that thing within us, within society, that has, not everyone, but now bring this in different areas. How many times have you seen something so bad, the craving it, and in our own energy, that we've wanted it so bad. So you may be noticing your own isms even coming back. So, you may be noticing things like your desire to eat something you haven't eaten in years, or, those type of things coming in. And you're like, why? Why do I need that right now? Why do I want that right now? And it's because the old self is fighting back. The shadow is fighting back because there's a new sense of self that is trying to come in. And that rebellious self is creeping in. It is right there. It is looking at you. What I tell people often, take a picture of yourself when you're little. See this? That was me. Look at the cool bikes down here. Now I'm like 51 years old. So this picture is quite old. Take a picture of yourself when you're little. Write yourself a note and promise that little child that you are going to now give this child the most beautiful experience. You're not going to abandon it. You're not going to do anything to harm it, to hurt its feelings. You're going to listen to that little divine little presence. You're going to listen to what it really truly wanted, but in an adult form. It is this energy of evolving and growing beyond, because with it is coming back in. And I'm going to be totally honest right now with a personal self, stepping out of channel a little bit here, but still with channel. The channel is telling me to use this story. So I'm going to trust Mary Ellen, who's my channel, of what she wants me to share. And one of the things that came back up for me was I was really getting back into my fitness, like trying to get healthy for surgery, like really getting myself prepared for some upcoming surgeries that would have to be done. And I felt myself returning into one of my food addictions or my disorders, not a food, I guess the same. Yeah. And so, one of my disorders that I had battled for so long in my life, the urge was returning. The full action has not been there, but the urge was returning, and I could feel the urge. And the urge to return to this sense of, and mine was bulimic, and the urge to return to that, the thoughts started to come back in. So something of the old is trying to come back online. So that is how society keeps trying to hook us, right? It's like they're trying to hook us. It's like there's something that's trying to hook us back. But in the meantime, we got to keep in that sense of saying, no, that's not true. That's not who I am. That's not where I am. That's not where I'm going. That's not it. And you may have even fallen from grace. You may be fallen off your high horse. You may have already fell back into the trap, but finding that sense of saying, no, enough. You know, it's like, it's never too late to look back down and say, nope, this was a slip up. I slipped up. I'm not going there. And so getting to the root of why. So some of the roots that are why, to the whys that are happening, that we're experiencing, is because we're having a refusal to let go of the things that no longer serve us. And because the things that no longer serve us are showing us truth, and we're able to see like why the elephants are in this tent and not nature, it's like we are seeing that in relationships. We're seeing that in our own self. We're seeing that in some of our places we are within our lives. And that energy is saying to is speaking volumes to us, because now we can't unsee. Right? We can't unsee the things that we have discovered about ourselves, that we are awakening to. But in the meantime, it's like still trying to be blind us to what is happening. So I feel like it's like there is a setup. And in a way, we're being set up to fail or to slip back, to go back. So there's something in the energy that has that setup kind of energy. And that is coming from often our shadow self, but it's also coming from, you know, different establishments in different places. Let's conquer and divide. So conquer and divide is divide us as people, but also to divide us from ourselves, to get us to not to think for ourselves, and I'm like, how is all of this creeping and seeping in? And we're just so distracted. And so if you find yourself being very distracted, turn off the things that are distracting you. Stop being so distracted and get back and get focused into what is a priority right now. What is the most important? Cling to that feeling. I know what that little girl's like, eating her lunch, but she's waiting to get back down there on that bike, to go down that hill again, to just go again, to just play again. And it's like, so that sense of self that we're seeking and searching is that sense of self that it's like, what do I really want? I want to be free. I want to have fun. I want to live life. I don't want to be stuck in those old miseries and hurt stories anymore. I don't want to see myself as being, you know, having to live in the sense of fear or fearing life. I want to know that life is here to be lived, and we are here to live life. And you're here to live life from who you are today, not for who you could be down the road or who you once were, but who you are today, starting from today. So this energy, as we move into shifting it on this day and beyond this day of this week on February 14th, 2023, is truly going to be bringing us into a phase where we will be entering a phase of where we have not yet ever been within our lifetime. And it's like there will be, like, we have not been here. There is a major shift. And because of the major shifts is when turmoil happens. It's when people act up. It's when shit hits the fan. It's when stuff goes sideways. Is when one tries to convince the other. It's just like during election times, like when they have those election times and they're all, you know, elections, and they're all like bantering back and forth and trying to smear one another. Well, it's the same kind of energy, but this is these past versions, or the past way of society was, and then the fear of what's over here. So it's the battle of the past and the future. And then the sense of, we don't want you to be anywhere. We want you to stay just like under our control, under this dome of control. And so we are lifting up that dome energy. We are freeing ourselves. And it's like, run, but don't avoid. Get out. Don't let that energy turn around, face it. So there's a lot of things we're being told this week to stop, to turn around, to face, so that we don't have anything chasing us when we are running into our future. As we're moving forward, because it's running with excitement. It's like that little girl wanting to get on her bike, wanting to go ride for no other reason other than I just want to have fun. I just want to live the best life. And that's the energy. It's like, we just want to live our best lives. We just want to be able to enjoy life. We just want to be able to embrace life. And I'm not one of those people that are always that optimistic, but that's the energy. But it's saying with it, of course, comes this other conflicting energy. And this conflicting energy is, it holds this heavy weight. And because it's heavy in weight, it means that it has a lot of it has a lot of not truth in it. There is a lot of garbage in here. There's a lot of junk in here. There's a lot of old stories in here. It needs to be, removed. And over here is to be light as a feather. When we feel light, when we feel like we are floating, when we feel like we can just like bounce around. So it's, one thing to be rooted and grounded and be in alignment to be in our human self. But it's other thing to be enthusiastic, to be excited, to be free. And, there's a lot of sinister energy. And I'll keep saying this, the sinister energy is so active, so alive right now. And I'm like, so be very aware of how quickly you are ready to jump on bandwagons that are, like I said, to go buy the cosmetics if you want to. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that, just because you've seen it and then you got to run to get it. Why? Why is that? Why does that have such a powerful influence? But then that of, probably one of the greatest, spiritual people in the world could probably give you the most profound message, but you don't run to grab that light of yourself and say, I'm going to embody that. And I'm going to grab onto that. Instead, we're using the material world, the outside world. And so the outside world has such a hold and so it's like that sense of the material world and how the material world's influencing us. And so there's a lot of bullshit stuff that's going to be exposed. A lot of that's going to be, revealing itself as for what it is. And I'm just like, it just feels like there's a whole, that which we should be able to trust and take serious is literally showing itself to be one big ass joke. And not to be trusted, not to be able to guide and be the authority of our lives. We have to be the authority. It is us. It is your own inner authority, but you have to be in relationship with the truth of you. And it's time to really start honoring and finding that truth and being that authentic true self in all areas of our lives. And so this new moon coming up is going to bring us into the water energy, and it's going to bring us into intuitive self, to be able to truly say, it's, not setting the intention to, what do I want to see happen in my life? Setting the intention to be able to trust thyself, to be able to bring online the intuitive self, to be able to trust the gut, to be able to connect to your higher self, to walk into some of this higher energy, this higher sense of self that says, there is this spiritual authority, this inner authority, this personal authority, this inner self that is this deep dive. And so this year is about really digging deep and diving in deep to know who and what really truly gets to decide what kind of life you're really here to live. And it's totally up to us. What we decide within ourselves gets to have that place within us. And so, yeah, you're going to be in a lot of mixy energy, recognizing it, knowing it. I've been doing this work for years, so I'm still human. And so those moments does arise, but connecting to them, recognizing them, and then also then being able to bring it full circle so that it can come to a full end, because I am not going back there again. I walked that line for too many years in my life, and it's a place that I'm refusing to go. And so you can have healthy without having to have your isms, not letting the vices bleed into your virtues, strengthening the virtues and not making excuses or bending the rules or doing those things that take you away from your own code of ethics and your own inner authority of what makes you who you are. That's this week's message. I hope it resonates with you. I hope it helps you in some way. Get out that picture and truly start to honor, do the Ho'oponopono. I hear you, I see you, I feel you, I trust you, I love you, right? Setting that self free so that we can step into being a sense of, our own sovereignty, to be liberated and free from all that has owned us for way too long. Much love. If you like these messages, please subscribe to my channel. be back with more. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can also then go to my other channel. She is More Than Existing, which is my podcast. And check me out on Facebook, Instagram, those places. Also got TikTok, but you can get to those on my website if you go to CorrieThorne.com. These are my 2 books on Amazon. You punch in Corrie Thorne on Amazon, you'll find More Than Existing, and you'll find My Truth of Existing Beyond Reflection. And this book over here, My Truth of Existing Beyond Reflection, was the beginning of us saying that we can do this, and we can do this, you know, even when the world tells us we can't. It was about really being honest and not accepting the lies that I had to have people do the work and pay big bucks to do it. It was the sense that in teamwork and love and support, you can make anything happen. And that includes helping yourself become the best version of you. Much love. See you soon. Bye-bye.